Okay. Excuse me, says I'm live. So Dee Dee showed up early, so I'm coming on a minute early. So yeah, she couldn't ask for extra pay or whatever. Hi Jeannie, hi Terry, hi Barbara, hi Dee Dee. So yeah, I was a whole minute early. Mama. Anyway, yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, just scrub forward until you see some stuff start happening. And thanks for watching the recording. So I'm going to go over what Dee Dee did this morning, probably not as extensively because she totally went over everything. Terry, your magic art this morning was so good. Just so fun. Hi, Sharon. So this is just all the little stamps that I had in my catalog. And I don't think it's up to date, but who knows? I quit keeping track of it a few years ago. That's all I can say. Hi, Starla. But yeah, we'll look at some stamps and stuff today. Nothing wrong with rubber stamps. It should be illegal, honestly, to have as many as I have. But for a lot of years, it was probably the only thing I spent money on, except food and what little bit of clothes I needed for work. So, hey, K-Bird. Hi, Dorothy. Hope you're well. So, yeah. But I'm looking forward to the swap. I always look forward to swaps. They're just fun. And I don't think we're asking a huge amount. This one's a little different in that we're not making copies. Zines we can make copies of. This we're going to make you submit 5 original. But that should be doable. Don't you think? I mean, it's not like you have to draw the art. All you got to do is stamp it and color it if you want. So anyway, but it was fun actually coming up with the idea and talking to Dee Dee about it because I ended up going and getting into some of my old Rubber Stamp Madness magazines. And I still just love those stupid things. Hi, Marguerite. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Joanne. So, yeah, I got a bunch of them out to show you. Oh, and then a funny thing. When I went up to look through the bookshelf that has the Rubber Stamp Madness magazines in it, and I still have quite a few. I got rid of some, but I still have quite a few. And look what I found. How to stay humble when you're smarter than everybody else. I think I need to read this again and get a refresher course. Staying humble is an important trait, I think. And I honestly don't know. This had to be a gift because I can't imagine that I would buy this. I might. I know I might. Hi, Linda. Hi, Flo. Hi, Joyce. Anybody I might have missed coming in. But yeah, how to stay humble when you're smarter than everybody else. That it's hard. I'm telling you, it's a full-time job. Hi, Pam. Okay, so that was kind of what was his crappy introduction dedicated to my nephew Jade, who thinks that after 21 books I'm starting to repeat jokes. Yeah, so what? You want to make something of it? My kind of book. What can I say? Okay, so that was kind of a crappy intro. I just wanted to give you the little twerp, his 15 minutes of fame. Besides, it's tough being a kid today, especially one with superior intelligence like Jade. So I'm going to help out a little by embarrassing him and by observing that the poor kid has to sort out such imponderables as the following. Every made-for-kids movie and TV show nowadays has exactly the same theme, namely that kids are cool, smart, and competent, and that parents and adults are bumbly, incompetent imbeciles and sick predators, and that it's no longer okay to feel and act like a guy unless you're a girl. Oh, now this is so inappropriate that it is absolutely written for me. Hi, sister. Yeah, sister, she did get the plate holders, and they're great. Anyway, yeah, it's totally inappropriate, which I love. And there are many more, which even caused me, the old one, heartburn. So cut him and his peers a little slack. You'd be crabby and judgmental too if you grew up trying to sort those things out. Certainly most of my faithful readers know that I never, ever get redundant. Repeat jokes, become repetitive, repeat things, or get redundant. Been good. I actually am going to go ahead and read the book again. I'm sure I read it when I got it. Yeah, but I'll read it again. Okay, I just flipped the book open and look what I flipped to. Good reasons to strangle the stupid people in your life. Hi, Hermie. Hi, Joan. Hi, Alyssa. Strangling them may stop them from reproducing. That's number one. It should be number one. Somebody has to do it. You may save them from inadvertently killing someone else, even someone you love. Even if we lose a few idiots, we're not likely to run out of anytime soon. Strangling saves bullets. This will help you do a better job of managing your high blood pressure. The stupid one won't have a chance to infect someone else. If we do run low on idiots to the point that we're down to only one, we can always clone more. You can sleep better knowing that you have had a part in making the world just a little less irritating. Things to do with your brain while listening to some idiot drone on and on. Yeah, I'll be reading this book, but I couldn't believe that I found that. I thought, well, how awesome is that? And I even like the picture of the guy on the cover. It might be Ben. Anyway, so like we got enough people here. We can talk about real stuff now. Like Dee Dee announced on her channel this morning, her and I have decided to do another swap. Hey, View. And only this time it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do a postcard swap. And Dee Dee, you did say 4x6, right? I'm pretty sure she did. Anyway, you'll have to create 5 original postcards, 4x6 on cardstock. Submit 5, get 4 back. I've been really lucky these last few swaps that we've done that I was able to send 5 back. But part of the reason for that is because everything was Xerox copied. So this time, I don't know how many extras I'll get to go ahead and distribute. But if I get extras, I will definitely, give them out so that hopefully everybody can get 5 back. I think that would be awesome. But anyway, the rule is submit 5, get 4 back. Send in a self-addressed stamped envelope. Dee Dee went over that. She even drew it out for you. Do the little postage, put your name here, and put it in the envelope so I can mail your stuff back to you. If you're in the United States, you have to submit your own postage, put it on your self-addressed stamped envelope. If you're international, Dee Dee and I pay the postage. I don't want Dee Dee to do it, but she always tries to undermine me. So Dee Dee, I'll get the postage, okay? You don't have to send anything. You don't have, just let me do the postage. And yeah, all the details will be on Dee Dee's community page later today. So if you have any questions, you can always ask in chat. Dee Dee will answer, or if I see it, I'll answer. And the reason we kind of decided to do this is, I think it was last week she showed the Somerset Studio magazine, the new one, and it had a section of mail art in there. And I said in chat, and then I said to Dee Dee later, that I miss mail art. I used to do a bunch of it. And I guess if you weren't part of the art community or into stamping, you maybe didn't necessarily know that it was a thing, but it was a huge thing. Hey, Bossy Butt. Barbara, did I say hi to you? But I got out one of the really old Rubber Stamp Madness, and I'm going to have to pull the camera way, way out because their original format was, I'll measure this bad boy because it's huge, and I love their format. It was 9 3/4 wide by 12 3/8 high. So it was a large format, and I ended up getting a subscription. But originally, I would go buy it either at the Happy Stamper or go to a newsstand or something and look for it, because it was just such a treasure to have this. Hi, Anne. And I don't even know. This one is from May, June 1998. And I don't know if the, yeah, I'm actually published in this one. But then later on, I don't even know what year, early 2000s, I think, they changed the format so it came more like a regular magazine format. And I was bummed out. Hi, Laverne. When they did that, because part of the beauty of Rubber Stamp Madness was its size, and Dee Dee will affirm this. It wasn't like anything else out there. I mean, it was just so awesome. And my favorite thing about Rubber Stamp Madness wasn't just the art. I mean, I love that too. But my favorite, absolute favorite thing about Rubber Stamp Madness was the ads in the back. They did maybe not in this one. No, I know they did. They always did it. These ads, they're like the one ads where individuals took out ads. And this one is, I'll just randomly pick one. Loves to receive mail. Please send birthday greetings to David, 8 years old, on June 29th. David has been diagnosed with leukemia, loves golf, race cars, and medical. So you could just make a card and send it to David to make him happy. Hi, Kat. It is big. It is very big. And so I typically would just read this one ad section and then make marks or put little Post-its or something about, you know, I might have sent David a card back then. And when you did that, you ended up meeting people, because typically if you sent something, they would send you something back. And that may be how I ended up finding my pen pal that I had for so many years. Mom, I never get any mail. Make our son's 15th birthday special and send him a birthday greeting to his birthday on June 7th. And then most of these people had P.O. boxes. But I know I sent a lot of things to elderly people, you know, moms in the nursing home would love to get some mail. So I would not uncommonly, and keep in mind, back then, I was taking care of my disabled husband, so we were stuck at home a lot, no outlet for anything. I mean, the internet was not a thing. Live streams were not a thing. So I would, you know, while he'd lay down in the afternoon to take a nap or something, I'd just pick somebody and make them some art and send it to him. And typically what I used when doing that was my rubber stamps. And sometimes if I needed just extra cards ahead, I probably should get those out sometime, because I do have samples of, I would just make cards ahead, you know, come up with one sample and then make 10 of them, so that when I came across a birthday for a kid or something, I had some cards made up. And that was how I typically used my stamps. But the reason I collected all the stamps was because it was a hobby that my mother and I had together. And we had the greatest stamp store in Denver called the Happy Stamper. And so when we would go out for a day together, we would go get lunch. And it was down in Cherry Creek, which is a really nice area in Denver. And we'd go get lunch and go to the Happy Stamper, maybe run over to Nordstrom's or whatever, you know, just kind of have a day. And so typically we bought stamps. So you can see I still have notes in here. Here's a great monthly swap for all levels of stamping. You sent 11 in, you got 10 back. You included $1, no larger than 5 by 8. And then they'd give you themes of each month. So I maybe participated in that one. So that was kind of what mail art was about. And if you received mail from me, chances are I decorated the envelope as well as whatever's inside. But the decorated envelopes really were kind of what it was all about. And it didn't have to be extravagant. It could be just whatever you had time to do, right? Did I say hi, Cat and Paste? Hi, Annette. Let's pelt Janet with some more thumbs. Yeah, do the thumb thing if you want. So anyway, this was a Rubber Stamp Madness magazine. They were the most awesome things. And I went and looked while Dee Dee and I were talking one day, or the other day, and they still print Rubber Stamp Madness. And you can still get subscriptions. So I haven't done it yet, Dee Dee, but I'm going to go ahead and sign up for an annual subscription. You get 4 during the year. It's put out quarterly, and it's like $32. So, yeah. Anyway, so, yeah, but look at all the places you could order stamps online. It was just a whole world out there, and I'm sad that it's gone. So this is kind of some of the art. I don't know what this theme was. We'll get to it when we get there, but I'll just flip through this one. There's an octopus and a lawn chair. They could have done the zine swap with us. This was Sea of Rubber. So, and people are so creative. And to put together, well, I'll show you the one, what I submitted. It's in here somewhere. But this is where you could look at all the new stuff and order it. Ugh, it's so fun. This one is Rubber Magnolias. So this is kind of the thing that Dee Dee and I were thinking about, right? To give you an idea. Okay, that's mine. And I submitted that for the theme. I think it was Here Comes the Sun. Yeah, Here Comes the Sun. And so everything on here, other than the color, was a rubber stamp that I had. And I think this was the first one that got published, and I was just so dang happy. I mean, and this was, what year was this? May, June 1998. So this was shortly after Jim got disabled. So this is what we're wanting, you guys. Thanks, you guys. Look at this one. That one's way cool. And plus, you know, like if you read the articles, they did send you like a questionnaire, and they would write an article to go along with I don't know where the one about me is, but anyway, they ask you a bunch of questions, and they asked you what you used to create it, and give the stamp credits, obviously. And so you could learn and try different techniques as part of this as well. So let me pull out the next one. And I pulled 2 to give you some ideas. I should have put bookmarks in here. I'm not sure why I didn't, because everything I do, I was in a hurry. But somewhere in here is specific to Halloween. The theme was Self-Portraits, Asian Art, Halloween Album. Oh, you know what? I might have been, oh, I was published in this one as well. But I pulled it out because it was Halloween. That was also one of mine. That was me when I was in kindergarten. I was such a cute little shit. Ornery, but cute. And who did that hairdo? Mom. But I thought I pulled this for the Halloween thing. I'm sure it's Halloween. Maybe not. Unless it's right here at the beginning. Okay, 152. Oh. No, I think they're Happy Halloween. Okay, this, I think they were trying to gin up excitement for the next issue. I'm a cutie patootie. You know what? I have another one when I had that same kind of hairdo. It was a little bit longer though. And I'm standing next to my mom in my bra and panties. I was probably 4. Anyway, so here's like a postcard from Halloween to get you guys excited about doing that. Look at that Butterfly brand golden pumpkin. So yeah, they were announcing the next submission here. And probably this is art that had been showed before. And then this is another Halloween issue, trick or treat issue. So there's the cover. I am going to order this. I'm going to subscribe for another year. Let you guys see some more Halloween stuff. People are very inventive. Here we go. Scene from a graveyard. Not very much color, but I mean, if you look at how many stamps, and who knows if they bought them. But the whole idea was to use your stamps in it, and that's kind of what Dee Dee and I are doing. Hi, Carol. Here's a headless horseman. That's cool. The thing I like about this is how they were able to create the image that the headless horseman is far closer to you than everything in the background. That is a cool thing. Here's a dinner's ready. So yeah, really think outside the box. Here's Linus in the pumpkin patch. That's kind of incongruous, you know, because here's all the ghosties out there, and here's just Linus chilling with his blanket. Here's some kids freaking out under a tree. And another thing I meant to remind you guys was look at your other stamps too and think outside the box a little bit. Here, this person has a whole plot of, that's Martha Stewart with a plot of hands. Cool. All Hallows Eve is when Martha harvests her secret garden. This one's very cool. So yeah, that's kind of what we're shooting for. You guys got the idea? You got any questions? And then this one I was also, this one I actually submitted artwork for the cover because I thought I deserved it, because I hadn't read this book yet. But this was my submission for the cover art. And these are all stamps, but like this little guy in the front, that's just one stamp that I repeated over and over. And then the lights, that's just one stamp that I repeated over and over. And most of them are Christmas stamps. Obviously, the light post could be used for anything, but yeah, the presents could be used for birthdays or Christmas. So I think this should have been on the cover. And see, I left room up here so they could put Rubber Stamp Madness right in there. Would have covered the whole thing. But they picked this one, which is also very cool. So I really can't be all pissed off, you know? You're thinking of hand carving a Chibi Lucy. Aw, do that, Devin. So, yeah. So this one, it was actually a Christmas stamp, and I don't know why I got this one out. Aliens. This was, oh, I got it because it was September, October. So there should be Halloween in here, wouldn't you think? September, October issue. 4-color stamp ads. Those were pricey bad boys. Remember Uptown? They were a big stamp company. Don't know if they're still in business. But Dee Dee, you were talking about Nick Bantock, and I'm going to show some of his stuff here in a minute. Thanks, Joanne. You can still get Nick Bantock stamps on Seth After's website. I looked it up. There we go. Here's some Halloween stuff. This one, I'm sure whoever did this probably submitted it as cover art as well. The ones that were bigger pieces were submitted that way for cover art because they gave you specifics, you know, like if you're going to do cover art, do it this size. So, but look at these. This woman obviously loves Halloween. But like the fence and the rocks and stuff, you could use those for other things. So really think outside the box about how you could use some of your other stamps and incorporate it into whatever you're going to create. This one is a cute idea. There were a lot of those jar stamps around. She did it upside down with the bats flying out. Hey, and I saw a video yesterday of how bats pee, and I didn't know that. I think maybe APG Jamie sent it to me. She sends me all kinds of knowledgeable stuff. Maybe she thinks I'm dumb. I say stick with Eye of Newt. This one's really cute too. I say go with the pig, and then look at the pig over here. What? No, not me. I'm just out here trick-or-treating. So yeah, and I have that stamp of the clouds. Who knows? It's way old. It may not stamp anymore. Red rubber is bad for drawing out, so don't expose them to light or anything like that. Good Lord, I still have one of those. See, Flo, you could do this. All you have to do is turn it upside down and have stuff falling out of it. Duh. I think I have one of those jar stamps too from my mother. And this was actually a calendar that somebody did. So yeah, like think outside the box and do something way, way cool. And you've got 2 months, literally 2 months to get it done. So if Devin, if you do and you put a pumpkin hat on the dog, you're good to go. And then slap it on one of your jelly prints, it'll be awesome. And what else? Oh, I was going to show you guys the rubber stamps. This is a page out of my stamp sample book, which I don't keep up anymore. But this is probably most of the Halloween stamps I have. And I store my stamps in a cabinet that has these drawers in it. And then this one has, I don't know if I can get this where you can see it without spilling something or wrecking something. Each drawer, there's 39 drawers in the cabinet, and then each one has one of these little things. So this one is Halloween and Valentine's. So this is how I store most of my big stamps. And then there's obviously a lot of little ones in there too, but I got the cabinet, and I'll show the picture of it, out of Robert's garage at the farm. I saw the cabinet and I said, I want that. And he said, what are you going to do with that? I was like, just watch me. And I ended up dragging it home, having him cut off the bottom that had dents and stuff that I could not fix. Did degreaser, cleaned it all up, and turned it into a stamp cabinet. Now let me see something here. Hang on. Okay, here's the cabinet. That's what the cabinet looks like. Let me pull you guys down a little bit. That's what the cabinet looks like. And the Halloween one is from right down there. You didn't find the cabinet? See, I don't even know where you would go look for something like this. I think they should make furniture like this still. And then in addition to this, which has 39 drawers, I used type drawers, old type drawers and put them on the walls. And I have, let me see, in this room I have 3, and then this. And this has all the faux postage on it. Little things that Dee Dee sent. I think CB sent me that little monkey. So I actually use these, and this one's in my kitchen. I have that you have on the wall, so good organized. And then of these type drawers throughout the house, and I'll count the ones. There's 3 in here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's at least 8 of them throughout the house. And my feeling is, if you have an opinion about it, you can voice that to me right after you start paying my bills. Until then, shut up. I do things unconventionally, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I also have some cigar boxes that have glass fronts that I keep them in. And so I get to experience my stamps all the time. I mean, they're always here with me, and I love them. I don't necessarily feel bad that I don't use them a lot. I like knowing that if I want to use them, they're right there, available to me anytime I want. And I love when kids come in the house because they just look around like, what the hell did I just enter? You know, like, they love this room. So being basically a kid, I'm going to show you another way to store them if you've got wall space. Okay, well, there's some of the cigar boxes. Those are cigar boxes next to one of the type drawers. And then this, I had a big wall there that I could have put pictures on, but I had Robert cut me pieces of probably 1 by 2 and drilled it into the wall, and all the house mouse stamps just occupy the entire length of my hallway. And I don't have that many people in my house, so I don't really care. That's my doorbell up there. Extra points for using supplies as decor, right? I think most people would be uncomfortable with it, but I'm really not. I'm fine with it. It's my house. It's my stuff. When you start paying the bills, you get an opinion. Until then, shut up. Yeah, I might do a watercolor of House Mouse today. Okay, APG Jamie, she's so funny. APG Jamie must be lurking because she had to explain herself. I sent the peeing bat because I know you like weird trivia and miscellaneous crap. That's the kind of message you'll get from APG Jamie. Jamie, if you had any idea how much I appreciate the videos that you send to try and make me smarter. But I thought that peeing bat was very cool because I had never really thought about, how do bats pee? Do they just fly through the air or what? They hang upside down, but when they have to pee, they turn themselves up, hang by their little arms, and then just let it go. Jamie Edge, if I haven't told you lately, I absolutely love you. And then I'll put the drawer away and get it out of my way because it really is taking up way too much room. So get your stamps out, you guys. There's no excuse. And I think I already have an idea of what I'm going to do. I might do multiples, though, too. Yeah, I might. All right. Hang on while I break everything. And then now a lot of the stamps that you buy, in fact, I think it's getting more rare to find really good wood mounted stamps. Even Hobby Lobby has started keeping very few of them. They've reduced their selection a great deal, and I haven't been in a Michael's in years to know if they still carry them at all. But I store my unmounted stamps in CD cases. And then I put on the end of them holidays, you know, or whatever. This is Stampers Anonymous, Crazy Things by Tim Holtz. And then they can just sit on a shelf. And I had an old DVD case, you know, like bookcase where you could keep your DVDs. And I just stack them all in there. And it's not pretty, but it's really, really a great way to store the unmounted because you can see them. I mean, I have stopped kind of stamping on the card itself, and I can just look at them and pretty much know what I've got. But this is a great way to store your unmounted stamps. So look at a little pencil right there. And there's a paintbrush. Well, I've had to come up with a system of knowing where mine are. Like if you look on my sample sheet, like this one, underneath it, it has unmounted 1. So I know where it is. I can find it. So, yep, I spend way too much time worrying about this crap, you know? Dee Dee, did I cover everything? And Dee Dee showed carving stamps this morning. And while she was doing that, we were talking in chat, and I had thought, I have some fun foam around here, but I don't know where it is. But I did find, when my granddaughters were here years ago, we had bought these fun foam die cuts, and I knew where they were. So you could cut fun foam into any old stupid shape. And I'll show you. This is Distress Oxide ink. And it actually stamped pretty darn good. So if you got some of this crap laying around, you know, those great big tubs of that stuff that they sell, these stamp pretty darn good. So I just drew on this one after I stamped it. But so if you've got fun foam, and fun foam's really cheap, you could, if you come up with an idea and you don't want to carve like Dee Dee did, get your fun foam out. And see, I could use the leaves for fall. I had to put some little stick them on there. This poor acrylic block. And if you don't have an acrylic block, you guys, just wait until you order something from Amazon, because Dee Dee or I, one, will show something that you have to order from Amazon. Just take the cardboard from the box and make yourself something to hang on to. All right, let's see if we got a black stamp or a brown stamp head. Look, it's right on top. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Some more Distress Oxide. And I had forgotten that I even had this stuff. I just thought, well, I'll go look and see if I can find that fun foam. So there you go. You got to think outside the box. But you certainly have no excuse. I've used old cards into art tiles. Okay, and yeah, like those CD cases are great storage for skinny stuff. You can buy the freestanding 5x7 acrylic frames from the Dollar Tree as a stamp mount too. There you go. See, Kristen's giving you great ideas too. But if you don't, just use cardboard or something, just something to hang on to, you know, use some glue like I just did, slap it on there. I have no idea why I kept these after the kids played with them. I have no idea why I kept these, but here we are. And it wasn't even in with the kids' stuff, which was really weird. When I found it, I was like, what the heck? Cool. I'll use that. And it's fall stuff anyway. So come on, you got to stay on this sheet if you're going to live here. And you get orange on your fingers. And the Distress Oxide, if you sprinkle it with water, you'll get a distressed look. So what else? And then I got out to, Dee Dee asked me to get out dubious documents. Oh, there was 2 things I was going to show. I can throw that away now. She showed some Nick Bantock stuff. Nick Bantock was amazing when it came to creating ephemera, mail art. Maybe that's where we all really glommed onto it, because Griffin and Sabine was nothing but like mail art, things that they mailed back and forth to each other. If you've never seen or read Nick Bantock, Griffin and Sabine books, I would recommend those to anybody. This man is unbelievably talented, definitely thinks outside the box, just unbelievable. And this is his stack of postcards. You get the little book, and then I think for each one that he talks about in here, there's an accompanying card. And I've tried to leave mine, because I treasure this so much. I've tried to leave them very much. So this is the kind of thing we're talking about. I think this is about a 4x6 size. Okay, this is 3.5 by 6. So this is about the size that we're talking about. And he's obviously a amazing artist, but just the way he puts things together, I think is remarkable. Star Climber. And these aren't specific to Halloween, but I think if you're thinking outside the box, there's literally nothing off limits, you know? Like if you have a stamp of a scary guy, use it. Nobody's going to be grading it. See, that's another thing, is nobody's going to grade this. We want you to participate, use your stuff, get some fun fib art back. Yeah. But Nick Bantock is truly just remarkable, I think, in his approach to his art. Definitely outside the box. Thank you, Barbara. Look at that. I love that. I love all of them. And then on the back, it's all the same image of that. And other than just owning this and having it and being able to show you guys, I'm not sure why I have it, other than I was such a fan of Nick Bantock. You had to have it, right? He is brilliant, for real. And that's why I would recommend the Griffin and Sabine books. They're so well done. And I'm going to show you the dubious documents too. They're so well done. So, but I guess my opinion about, you know, our stuff isn't going to be professionally produced like this, but I think it gives us something to strive for by just paying attention to what's around us. So that I think that's why Dee Dee and I and Naked People show this stuff a lot. It's what's always inspired us. Let me put them back in their little sleeve here. Hi, Regina. So thanks for you guys for coming. And if I missed you coming in, hi. I don't mean to be rude. I just come by it naturally. And look at, like, even the box. The box is so well done. And everything just fits so perfectly. So I imagine Nick Bantock, just like me, sat around and built stuff when he had a need. Duh. And it's got a little magnetic closure. But what a cool little thing, you know? Just so nice. And then this is another Nick Bantock creation. And this was the best. Of all the things I wish Nick would do is come out with another puzzle book like this. And the book gives you instructions of how to complete the task. And so he's built a story into it that he has a conundrum. It was so much fun, Dee Dee. And it starts out, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Magnus Berlin. I'm a philosopher, an artist, and I am obliged to admit, an incurable puzzler. And then the whole story. So he's kind of set you up for who he is and what he wants you to do. And then these are the clues that you have to solve in each of the envelopes that follow it. So number one, I'm not going to read them all. One, ignore the conjunction that falls after that which cannot be found. Your quarry in its inclusive counterpart, the word remaining when GR is removed from the imposing description of the middle in. So that just sounds like what? And Dee Dee and I did this together on the phone. Oh yeah, they still sell all this cool stuff, Regina. You just got to get on Amazon and spend everything you have. And if you need more money, just do the aluminum can thing. I do it. Is there an average solving time? I don't know. I imagine you could maybe find that out online, cat and paste. But yeah, so the clue for number one, and then following is, I think there's 12. Yeah, no, there's 16. Sorry. Oh, it says right there. I could have just read 16. So there's, and this is very typical of mail art, that you'd have a decorated envelope. Totally cool. And then inside each of these envelopes, 1 through 16, was a poster. And so the posters were two-sided. And you could just scour this art, front and back, and follow the clues. Ignore the conjunction that falls after that which cannot be found. Okay, so then my feeling is you'd want to find that which cannot be found. Do I have to read the whole thing? No, it's obviously lost, but not forgotten. So if something cannot be found, then it's lost. So there's your clue right there. Your quarry is its inclusive counterpart, the word remaining when GR is removed from the imposing description of the middle in. Okay, what the heck does they mean by that? Okay, it's inclusive counterpart. So it's lost, and I think it's been so long, I don't remember, but I think it's when you remove the GR, when the GR is removed from the imposing description of the middle in. So this is the Grand Central Hotel. And Dee Dee and I would scour this stuff and say, do you think it's this? Do you think it's that? And we were going to make it last, I don't know, were we going to do one a day, Dee Dee, or what? But we got so sucked into this, we couldn't stop. I think we spent like 12 hours on the phone. See, Anne said she did it with a couple friends, and it was so much fun. So this is lost, and I don't remember when you collected up all the clues for each one, when you get to the back, and I can't show you because this is my answer sheet right here. Yeah, number of letters and the order of words. So number 1, it's 3 in 9. So it was just a puzzle that you had to solve. It was so awesome. And I would say if you are a puzzle person, this is probably one of the best things you'll ever do. And if you have somebody to do it with, so much the better. But they're all pretty much the same. I'll just flip through, and I guess I have the answers on there too, but who cares? So, but look at this. Hey, Devin, when you did it, yeah, the art is amazing. Amazing. And they would create the envelopes, and you got these cool things in the envelopes. It's just like, oh, this is so good. This is so totally good. And I don't remember what number this is. This is number 5. So let's see what the clue is for number 5. From the pence in a British half-crown, deduct the cost of the tickets plus a halfpenny. Convert the change to Roman numerals. Between them in a column by the garden, you'll discover an inverted mirage. So it's like, what the heck? You really had to pay attention. And then when you got it, it was just like, oh man, I am so smart. And then you have to run out and buy yourself this book about being smarter, how to behave correctly when you're smarter than everybody else. I didn't know that that was going to be a theme, but now it's apparently a theme. So, okay. So yeah, if you've not done this, I'm sure the book is still available. The production costs for this book had to be amazing, but I figured they knew they were going to sell a lot, because there aren't machines that do like threading that and stuff like that. So the production costs had to be enormous. Bing bong. Well, I'm out. Math. No, Hermie, you could do it. I got to put my answer sheet back in here. I may just go back and do that again, Dee Dee. Throw everything away and just start from scratch. You don't have to do math. There's no math. I promise you. So let this be inspiration for what you come up with for your postcard, okay? I'm setting the bar really high here, okay? Now I hope I can live up to it. But I can always take solace in the fact that I think I'm smarter than everybody else. But I'm humble. I'm humble about it. All right, Dee Dee, what else? I did the stamps. Showed the magazine, showed the stamps. I think that's all I have out. So, and there isn't too terrible much to put back. So I'm good. I can put the stamp pads away. I'm not going to use them. Okay, yeah, covered everything. Okay. All right, so while I was thinking about, the stamps or what I might have to show you guys, I was looking at the house mouse stamps, and I thought, I don't think I have a house mouse Halloween stamp. The back of the postcard, just please put your name. And it would kind of be fun if you put your name and maybe the credit for the stamps. Hey, girl, hey. You're on speakerphone. Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks. Bye. Okay. For those of you, I'll put these away for a minute, who haven't had a lot of exposure and experience with stamp and stamping, All right, there's the acrylic block. Okay, I'm going to show you how you can combine stamps. And in that one Rubber Stamp Madness, I can tell where I used a mask on something. It's a mask, M-A-S-K. So let's say I wanted to make a postage stamp. And I have the outline of the, hey CB, of just the basic outline of a postage stamp, not a rubber stamp, a postage stamp. And I wanted to put something else in there. One of the best ways to do it, and if you've had a lot of experience with stamping, then you know about, that's my chicken that Devin sent me. It's so dirty that it just lives with me all the time because I wipe off my watercolor, and yeah, the chicken just lives here. Anyway, make an image, stamp an image. This is on a Post-it, what has a little bit of repositionable glue back there. And go ahead and cover that up. I think this is the same stamp, maybe not. Okay, it's not a square is what it is. Put that over. So then, and I'm going to pick out, let me go get, right here, it's still here. I think this stamp is a little bit bigger. If I can figure out how to open the case. So I can alter it to look like, just stamp it. When I take it off, I've turned it into, didn't have to cut nothing except the mask. And I have a bunch of masks that I just keep with the stamp so I don't have to cut them multiple times. Did that make sense? Did I describe that adequately enough? Well, you can combine your stamps to create a single image. Got it? Yeah, Devin sent me that chicken. Her neighbor crocheted it. It definitely needs a bath. It is in so need of a bath. So did you see how I did that? Is that like freaking magic? But say you even wanted to just stamp up close to something rather than cut and paste. Just cut a mask. And some masks are easier to cut than others, but yeah. So if you've never seen or done that, it is a great way to combine your images and make a single image, I guess is the best way to put it. Got it? Got it. And I had cut that mask out before the stream. I had just forgotten about it. I showed the dirty chicken bossy butt. Okay, I think that was everything on the list. And I'll have to put that back later. Okay. Clean your chicken butt. Okay, chicken needs a bath. Chicken is going to get a bath. He's my friend. He's got watercolor on him. He's got food on him. Yeah. So anyway, I was thinking I don't have any house mouse Halloween stamps. I couldn't think of any. But I went out and looked, and turns out I have fall house mouse stamps. So there's no rule that says you can't use a stamp like this. The only requirement is that it's a 4x6 postcard and it has a rubber stamp on it. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp these off, and I think I'm just going to watercolor them. My only other option for today was to work in 365 days of art. And before I do this, I'm going to show you guys. I told Dee Dee, I'll just work in 365 days of feel good art because I've been playing in this book more. And I just started this one down here. It says use a fine liner pen to draw patterns, but I'm going to show you guys. Okay, I did this pattern one. The instruction was fill the page with mosaic of calming blues, I think, using a variety of art materials. So I got out all my different watercolors and did blue and then just drew on top of it. So I know the chicken is dirty because the chicken is with me all the time and the chicken doesn't get to take a shower as often as I do. But what else? I've done some other stuff. This one okay, Dee Dee, you asked me what I was doing. Saturday I did play with a bunch of old markers. Just start throwing some stuff away, you know, like if they don't write, get rid of them. And so I got out my old, like really old Tombow markers, and Cat and Paste and Bossy were talking about Tombow markers. And Dee Dee this morning, I did not throw away one single Tombow marker or Marvy marker. Those things live for flippin' ever. So, but yeah, this was just create color swatches of your favorite art materials here. They're not necessarily my favorite. They're just some that I had that I was going to throw away anyway. So I'm just going to show you what I've been doing. I did some more swatches in here too. Oh, I did draw the teapot. I just have to watercolor this. This was design a teapot, consider the shape, materials, and colors. And I did this based on a Mary Engelbreit teapot. So I could watercolor that. I like the ones that don't require too much, where I can just sit and doodle and not. Okay, this was another one. Write whatever is on your mind. I'm not a good writer. I could color that, right? I need to. I'm not going to write down my feelings in some dumb books for my kids to find later and say, write whatever is on your mind. I want to kick the neighbor's ass. You know, like they don't need to hear that. They don't care. So anyway, I thought, I'm just going to use that page and copy something that I'd seen on Instagram. Cool little doodles. So use the acrylic markers. I could do that. You know, writing a story, give me a set of prompts or whatever, and I'll write a story all day long. But write whatever is on your mind. It would be nothing but all dirty words. Are you kidding me? I don't want to do that. Or it would be how to be humble when you're smarter than everyone else. You know, it's hard. It's impossible. I only hit 2 people down at the Walmarts today, and I only crashed 2 cars because those stupid asses parked over the line. They didn't return their cart, so I had to go up and slap them. I can't write that stuff down. So, yeah. So I figured on the pages where they want me to write something stupid, I'll just I'll distract myself. Okay, this was another one. I had done the actual watercolor on stream, but I went ahead and filled it all in with Zentangle and stuff. I could write a book. I could, but I'd have to put age restrictions on it. This was another one. Use this page to really enjoy abstract color in any way you like. So I did some crack art in here. This is where I did write about having art. Take time to write freely. Perhaps describe how art or being creative makes you feel. I did this on stream. And I said nice things about you guys because I found a group of amazing artists online. I sit around loving life in the fibs. Today is a total eclipse in parts of America. Hope we all live through it. And while we're at it, don't look directly at me either. Dee Dee made me do it. Free advice. Turn off the news. Okay, there's some other swatches I did. These are the acrylic markers. Up here is the Cougar, and down here is the Sharpie. And Dee Dee is enticing me to order another set. Oh, they're in my cart. So I think that may be all I've done in this book. I've got some pages marked that I want to do. But yeah, I've been playing in this here and there. There's another writing page, so that'll be Zentangle probably. So it's kind of a fun thing just to use your, I don't know if I'd shown that before, continue drawing straight lines at these triangles to complete the design. So I guess I did that. Enabler, yeah. You need an enabler t-shirt or tattoo. Ooh, here's one with eyeballs. I'll enjoy that. Add funny animals or characters to these eyes. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. And then this was to create a Mondrian piece of art. All right, so that's all I've done in my 365 days of art. But this was going to be my fallback today. I was going to work in here. But I think I'm going to watercolor some house mouse. Okay. Yeah. Terry's book wouldn't be allowed to be published. Why? Would it have all the dirty words in it? Terry, mine would. It'd have a XXX rating. All right, I'm going to cut this into 4x6 because after I watercolor these, they may go into the giveaway. This is 7-inch. So I'll be able to get probably 2 out of this. All right, we'll just, I want to cut this edge off. So we'll do 6 inches this way. Probably have the least amount of waste. And this is the Fabriano watercolor paper that I ordered from Mr. Blick. Yeah, I'll get 2 out. I hate these cutters. I don't think they're accurate at all. But whatever. So I have to pick 2. Alyssa said she wanted a story collab by you and me. Oh, Terry, that would be so much fun for you and me and everybody else. But we would be booted out of every other stream. We cannot have these people in our stream anymore. They're a terrible influence. All right, is this image fit? That image will fit. And this image will fit. So we won't use that one, but we'll use these 2. That would be insane, wouldn't it, Terry? We should probably do that with some of Dee Dee's prompts. And you didn't ask for Dee Dee's prompts this morning. What are you going to do? Oh, we could probably let Cat and Paste have one. No, we probably couldn't because she'll read it on her new YouTube channel and then nobody will like us then either. This is watercolor paper, so I may or may not get a great image. Yeah, I'm not going to get a great image. I should have thought about that. All right. Best laid plans. Maybe I can't do this. I can get out a piece of cardboard anyway. But the cardboard would be a good weight paper for the swap. But yeah, rubber stamps on watercolor paper are not that great. Well, I've got the swap to plan and the Art Salute Beginner Challenge to finish. Okay, so you're okay? Dee Dee doesn't have to get the prompts out and give them to you right now? All right. I don't think this is going to make a great image either. So I'll have to get out some. Oh, that one's okay. We can use that one. Okay, we'll work on that one first. This one, probably because it was bigger, worked a little better. What watercolor should I use? Should I use the Grabby? Grabby? I have to get some water too, because I wasn't necessarily planning on this. She can rest this week? Okay, good. You have an ink pad? Is that what you're talking about, Jo Lou? An ink pad? Well, you can buy re-inkers for the stamp pads to kind of refurbish them. Let's see. I think I'll use the, I'll use the first one I grabbed. Nope, because that's the Daniel Smith. Yeah, let's use Grabby. I'm going to grab some water real quick. I'm sure all of you guys get ads for Grabby art supplies. This is the only Grabby product. Dee Dee, those markers you want me to buy were Grabby, weren't they? And I don't remember how much this was. Was this, Dee Dee, did I say this was 19 when I looked it up when we were talking about it? I don't know, but you can order this off Amazon. Grabby, I've used these a lot, and I am not the least bit unhappy with them. And I can't describe what other product they would be like. Like the Prima, I know the Prima and the Jane Davenport are essentially the exact same product. These, I don't have any others that I could compare to these, but they're not bad. So if you want an inexpensive set of watercolors, and this is Chinese garbage, I'm sure, and I'm opposed to ordering that, but I'm going to tell you, if you want an inexpensive set of watercolors that gives you, I think there's 100 different watercolors in here, you cannot beat these. You really cannot. You can spray a little water on your dry ink pads, close it, put it in a plastic bag, seal it, and wait it. It would depend on the stamp pad, and I think that's not a horrible idea, but if it's a permanent stamp pad, I'm not sure I would do that. Okay, so Terry said she just bought an exact set, and it was called Art Techo. So they're probably marketing them under different names, same manufacturer, same product. And the nice thing is you get 50 of just standard colors, and then they give you the neon, the pastel, metallic. You get a bunch of metallic in here. And I've used these for the crack art, and I love them. You can write on them really well. But they're in this nice little compact tin. Mine got dented in shipping, but I could have returned it. I just didn't. Because I wasn't even really sure when I ordered them if I was going to love them or not. And then in between them, they give you this nice little piece of acetate mixing. So, yeah. I would say support American whenever you can, but yeah, you can't deny that these are a really, really good deal and a good product. Sadly, they're an awesome product. CB got a link for you guys, so that $22.99 for a limited time. Okay, I thought they were $19 the other day when I looked at them, but whatever, it's all good. So let's see what colors I want to do. Let's do the little house mousies first. And they have some nice skin tones, so let's use that. Okay, the funny thing too is when I got these, I was pissed off because the swatch card was backwards from the way the paints were laid out. And I thought, well, what the heck good is that? So Jamie's girlfriend's mother told her, well, you can take these trays out. Look at, you can take those trays out and just switch it upside down, because these trays come out. So I could make it match the swatch card. Talk about feeling stupid. I mean, I obviously couldn't stay humble then, right? Yeah, I wouldn't do a permanent ink pad with water. You could try, Dee Dee, were they permanent ink or are they water-based? If they're water-based, you can definitely probably reconstitute them, at least for a little while. They're never going to last forever, but for a little while, they may not be bad. All right, let me get a piece of garbage paper here. All right. Ouch. I don't have a lot of room to work. I'll pull you guys down. Do you want to see the paint and the paint, or? All right, we'll start there. If you want me to move it in, I'll move it in. Now I'm going to watercolor, so I'll go quiet. But this would work for fall. Leaves falling, wind blowing. I'm ready for fall, honestly. It's been really hot here the last couple weeks. Brutal hot. Robert's been out in it all morning. I know he won't come in and get a drink of water. So it's just like coloring except watercolor. And I'm going direct from pan. And that's fine. My mother loved her some house mouse. I'm not sure. I mean, I think the images are really cute, but I wasn't a big enough fan that I would have bought the stamps. These are definitely mother's stamps. And then somebody one time ordered me some return address labels with house mouse designs on them. I don't know whatever happened to them. I might have used them all. It's cold there, 18 degrees Celsius. So that would be, it's 51 there today. Oh my gosh. Okay, Dee Dee, is that good enough? 51 degrees. Oh, you guys. And 18 is double it and add 32, I think. So that would be 36. Well, that's in the 60s, Dorothy. All right. I think while that dries, I'm going to turn it upside down and do the leaves one at a time. We got to remember that it's fall, so they're not going to be green leaves. We'll do them in fall colors. We need to get our lawnmower back before the leaves start falling. And this didn't stamp up here, so I'll probably just draw it in later. No worries. All right, so probably the nicest brown is going to be just what they call brown, but I'm going to lighten it, I think, a little bit and put it in here. Get some little bit of orange in there too. And then orange yellow. And I'll get the shadows and stuff after it dries. I might have to go back over that, but that's good too. I don't care. We'll see how it behaves differently wet on wet. But these paints do re-wet very nicely. I will say that for sure. And there's no rhyme or reason why I'm putting any particular color where I'm putting it. I just want it kind of a mixture of autumnish kind of colors. I could add a little bit of red too. You wonder how the chicken gets dirty? I just washed my brush off over there. That's how the chicken gets dirty. Just kind of let the colors play together. We'll let that dry and come back in with some brown. The colors in this Grabby set, I have to say, they're awesome. And the purples, purple is a weird color in watercolor, in my experience. But that lilac is probably the prettiest purple I've got in any of my sets. I love that. Well, you can tell I love it. It's practically used up. Okay, now we'll do his little body. And I'll have to come back in here probably with a colored pencil and do some of the detail, but we'll get the basic color down. We'll make him, and I know each of the house mouse has a different name and a different coloring and a different personality. I don't know any of that, okay? Don't know any of it. So they're just going to be whatever I make them. We'll do the other one a little bit, excuse me, brown with some little bit of gray in it. One thing, I do treat these paints a little bit differently. Like I just went into the pan with my dirty paintbrush to get some little bit of gray. I would probably never do that with the artist grade, but these, it's almost like you don't care. And I know I do that. Maybe not the best habit, but I know I do it. Watercolor always dries lighter than what it looks when you put it on. You never knew about house mouse? Oh my gosh, you're really living under a rock, girl. All right. I'm going to hit this with a heat gun. I'm going to do the background. I need a rag here before I really mess up. Put something on that. Let me hit it with a heat gun, dry it out real quick, and I can do the background, and then I see how much detail I want to go in and do. All right, heat gun. I was just wondering. I'll think about it later. I was going to say if I could find that one stamp. Let me just look one place, and if I can find it, I'll incorporate it. If I can't, I'm not going to spend any time looking. All right, not where I thought it was going to be. I can't even remember seeing that for a long time. All right, not going to spend time looking for it. But I'm going to say if I could find that really cool cloud stamp, I would incorporate that. Because I was talking about incorporating multiple images, right? But I can't think where it is. I probably have it in some place really, really special because I do that. Thanks, Jeannie. And if you've kind of come in, hi, I'm not ignoring anybody on purpose. It's pretty dry. All right. I'm going to get a bigger brush out. So I can go ahead and get the paper damp. I'm not going to worry about those snowflakes. They're just going to be in the background. Probably not going to emphasize them any at all because we're actually doing fall and Halloween. But this was the closest I had. This Fabriano paper does dry fairly quickly. So I'll probably do at the outside of the images and then go in between. Very last. Oh, and I pulled you guys out when I was using the heat gun, so let me pull you back down. All right, what kind of blue do we want? I'm going to use a lighter blue, I think. To get a base down. I'll get up close to the image in just a minute. You got to move fairly quickly when it's wet. But I don't necessarily want water spots either. And if you were going to do a big area like this, it probably would be good to get, oops, I just painted his tail blue. And if it's uneven, I don't care because it's a sky, right? Stayed fairly wet, better than I thought it would. And real watercolor people are going, oh my God, girl, you're giving me a headache. You get an opinion about that too, right after you start paying my bills, okay? It's this real nitpicky stuff that can drive you crazy. Just don't worry too much about it. And try not to put your hands in your watercolor. And see that watermark up there, that won't bother me because that looks kind of cloud-like. This one here may bother me, but we'll see. Because all I'm really doing is basically getting color on the page. That's it. I disguised that one pretty good, huh? Woohoo! Woot, 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 woot. We disguised it pretty good. I'm okay with that. If I have to go in and do some touch-up, that's not a big deal. All right, that is pretty even. I'll pick up some places where it's still kind of wet and give the illusion of clouds. And if I have to, I'll go back in there and stamp with some white. I still do have a white stamp pad. I don't know how well it works. But stamping in white used to be a big thing, you know? And I still have one. We just give the impression. Okay, let me hit it with the heat gun real quick. Look at Barbara in there singing. Good enough. Let's go ahead and get some dark blue. Okay, I'm going to bring you guys in really close now. Focus, you freak. There we go. That was lots better. All right, I'm going to take probably the darkest brown I have is raw umber. So I'm going to go directly from the pan. And emphasize some of the veins. And then also around where the leaf is curled back. I would normally do this with probably some colored pencil or maybe some ink, but I'll just do it this way. And this I'm going to have to pretend because I didn't stamp the image clear enough. Let me see if I have a 01. Look at the stamp and just quickly draw it in. That's not the one. That's better. And I'll go in probably with pen and fill in a little bit of that white here and there, or use a paintbrush. I just won't make you all suffer. I don't think I've stuck my hand in the paint yet. Okay, like that. Let's see. His little arm is here, so we'll put some shadow in there. And that's actually part of the leaf, as is this. I'm trying to erase a little bit of this brown right here. Sometimes it works pretty good. Yeah, so far it's good. And the leaves are getting a little bit of depth, so that's good. I could go on the other side of that vein. Maybe I will do that while I'm thinking about it. And these stamps are almost like grayscale because they give you dots where the shading would normally be. And then this one up here actually has a fold in it as well. It's just not shown. That bee's good. Oh, I will, Devin. I will definitely stick my hand in wet paint before I'm done because it's what I do. Don't you know? Definitely what I do. So I'll take some more of the flesh and fill in places that I forgot or didn't do well. And while they're wet, maybe I should do that with pen because these are really small areas. I'm not that adept with the brush. And give him a little bit of skin color lighter on his little belly. Oh no, I wanted the 01. Put it back. Yeah, I'm going to use pen, I think, for the pink on them. I probably have to put the white back in his eye, but that's okay. I could do that. No, that's a nice light pink. These are those pen and gear pens that I picked up at Walmart that I wasn't sure at all because I was frustrated because I couldn't find the Papermate ones. So I bought that set of pen and gear. I have to say I've used the hell out of them and I love them. So come on, dry up. I'm going to hit it with a heat gun. I don't want to wreck my pen and gear pens that I just... Yeah, it's the Papermate ones. Are they Papermate Flare? Like these. Yeah, the Flare. I love these pens too. But I have to say those pen and gear... Yeah, it's down at the Walmart. Just don't want to wreck my pens. It helps if I can look at this stamp. Okay. Just give him a little blush. I think for the ears, I'm going to do the darker pink. And if I was the least bit nervous about doing that, I would probably color it off on like plastic like Dee Dee showed this morning and then move it to the piece. But this is not a big area, so it's fine. Hey, Ruth. Ruth, did you get your alphabet question answered? Because I said I would show you the zine box, how I do it alphabetically, if that would help. So keep in mind, you can do the little detail on your watercolor with water-soluble inks if you want. Spread them out real nice. I'll have to watch chat now to see if Ruth needs to see that. Right, Cat and Paste, lots of fun school supplies down at the Walmarts. I could not find the half comp books though, but I did find mine. Okay, just AT&T telling me my bill got paid. I bought Pen and Gear. Do you like them, Dee Dee? The Pen and Gear pens? I'd have to say they're pretty good for cheap ass pens. The Statler clicky erasers, like this one. Those are Pentel. They're pretty good. Yeah, for stuff like this, they're awesome. All right. Since I got them out, Ruth, you haven't answered me. No comp books at your Walmart? Yeah, see, that's frustrating. Dee Dee gets everything at hers. But yeah, I couldn't find them at mine. Yeah, I like that a little better. I know you were talking about a box for ransom letters. Do you mean ransom letters or random letters? That was such a crazy message because when she said, I want to know how to make a box for ransom letters. And I thought, well, how many ransom letters do you get? You know, like, and I told her in the message, I'm not sure that I know anybody that I'd pay money to get them back. Dollar Tree has the teeny tiny baby ones. Yeah, I found some baby ones when I was cleaning last week. But you mean really ransom letters? You mean like just letters that you cut out of magazines? I'm really lost here. Yeah, just tell me what you're thinking about. All right, what does my little house mouse guys need? I'm going to see if I can find that white stamp pad. We might do some white in the background. The sky is boring. Oh, I remember I have those little ones. Hang on. I don't know. Do you guys remember these? The little Dauber Duos. Okay, my white one is all messed up with green. Let me see about cleaning it off. Because I don't necessarily want green in the sky. Yeah, I will do that, Devin. Yeah, I'm not going to stamp with that. If it was still white, I would. These are old. And I can't remember what the ink was called. Geez, how quick we forget. But I do have a whole white stamp pad, I believe. Pigment stamp pads. Let me think what I've got that I could, if I have anything foamy. Because I don't really want to put my brushes in that pigment ink. I suppose I could just use a cotton swab. I'm trying to think if I have anything kind of foamy that I could stamp with. Or maybe I could just, let's just try this one. This is what I used to use. Okay, that's still got some white ink in it. Believe it or not, I can still stamp with that. Cotton ball. Yeah, that was my next choice, Kathy. Little dauber duos are nice. If I wanted that just real white, I would get out acrylic. A triangle sponge, yeah, makeup sponge, that would be good. I have a bunch of those that I never use since I'm not big on the whole makeup thing. So think outside the box, you guys. And this is showing up on the card a lot more than it's showing up on the camera. Now, see, I could make 5 of these really easy. So don't let making the rule about making 5 of anything freak you out, okay? Because I could sit down and paint 5 of these like really easily, really easily. And maybe I will, so that I have some extras to give out. I might just stamp this out 5 times and sit here and paint it. And then think up some snark to write in there. The pigment ink does take a little bit longer to dry, and pigment inks were great for embossing. In fact, let's see if these embossing powders still work. Okay, since we're just playing and it's an experiment anyway, I have some white embossing here. That up there may have already dried. Let's try it. Use some junk mail. Well, it's not junk mail. I actually have to call. Somebody's writing Robert telling him they can't process his credit card application without more information. And we haven't applied for any credit cards. So I need to call these people. Look at, I'm going to make some definite clouds going on in there. Yeah. So I've got to call them and say, you're getting scammed. We don't want your damn credit card. Yeah. Why do people always want to scam? I had no intentions of using embossing powder today. None at all. But I did find that these pill containers, you know, you can buy them to keep your pills in days of the week. They're great for storing embossing powders. I've got clear, red, gold, silver, brown, white, and black. Great little storage thing, $1. All right. Embossing powder is a little messy, Cat, but it's doable. Very, very doable. And then it activates with heat gun. It is a good idea for storing, right? Now watch it not work. That'll learn me a lesson. There it goes. You guys, that embossing powder has got to be over 20 years old. Over 20 years old, for sure. But you got to get that embossing powder pretty hot for it to activate. I probably should have done an experiment before I did it. The mice are very sweet. The mice are house mouse, and I wish I could tell you the artist's name. I used to know it. I don't know it anymore. So, yeah. Then, I'm not sure if I have any. Oh, I know what I have. Yeah, baby, now we're cooking with oil. I was wanting something permanent. And these are the Sharpie paint pens. Yeah, when they dry, they'll be fine. Oops. For coming up with them just on the fly, Devin, not bad. Not bad at all. Get out the, I think this is the Paris blue that I like a lot. It is. You guys are making me make a huge mess today. Huge, huge mess. Coloring books are Ellen. I think that's it. I think that's it, Kat. I think you're correct. I'm sure she made a boatload of money with the whole House Mouse line. And I have to say, I am happy for her because she came up with something that people loved. So, good on her. And then I guess I could go look for a quote or use Devin's. What did you say, Devin? Something like flying by or... I would probably try and do something more nice, not snarkish on this. There you go. Those little pads are getting old, starting to flake their little foam a little bit, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. Hang in there. Let's get a nice blue pen that we like. Get out a lettering guide. Choose our letter size. Do it down here. I don't know why it's not wanting to write really smoothly. This would be a really bad time to misspell something. Just saying. Thanks, Anne. There you guys go. That's how easy it can be. Right. What did I do with my little... I put that away already. What has gotten in me? I look down and this edge here looks really weird, so I'm gonna... Thanks, Bossy Butt. Hang in there or flying high with you, or you're going places. You're going places is cute. Look at you coming up with all this nice stuff, Bossy Butt. And then on the back of your postcard, another thing you could do if you wanted, and you have it, I wouldn't buy something to do it, but you could round the corners. I think rounding the corners, let me see if I have my corner rounder. Where is it? Okay, let's just do it. Because sometimes rounding the corners of stuff, here we go. Because I don't have enough stuff out already here. Just makes it look a little more finished. I don't know how my corner rounder is gonna like. Yeah, that's good. I wasn't sure how it would like this paper. It's all right. Yeah, I don't even have to re-ink it. Makes it look just a little cooler. And some of this stuff, honestly, I haven't used this in forever. There they come. Let's see if the little things would fall out. There, that one a little better now. A fall postcard using a stamp. It fits the rules. There you go, CB. That was the whole idea. This could be your submission. It would be an awesome submission. Hashtag use your junk. And then on the back, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it might help the recipients when they get it, just to write on the back your name for sure. Postcard swap. Okay, in chat, how many of you think you're going to do this with us? I know CB said she's going to. I think Devin said she's going to. And I'm going to put 10 since the deadline is October 19th. Dee Dee's doing it. CB's doing it. Linda Rentz is doing it. Terry Brett's doing it. Joanne's doing it. Okay, we got tons of people. Sharon is doing it. Ann's doing it. Alyssa. Oh my gosh. All right. Woohoo. Well, I can hardly wait to get you guys stuff. Ruth is going to do it. Dorothy, you're going to do it. Awesome. Okay, are there any questions? Becky's doing it. Holy cow, this is awesome. Are there any questions about what is appropriate, what the rules are? You don't have to use embossing powder. You don't have to do any of that crap. The rules are really simple. 4x6 postcard. Submit 5, get 4 back. And if I have anything to say about it, you'll get 5 back. But the rules are 4 back. And it must have a stamped image. And that literally is the rules. I mean, I think we're really good about not putting too many rules, but make it fun and easy enough that everybody can do it. All right, I'm going to put my email in chat. If you need my address, go ahead and email me or message me on Instagram. The thing about my email is do not forget the period after the M. I think a lot of people forget that and then say, well, you didn't get my email. Yeah, don't forget the period. Any kind of stamp, art foamies. Yeah, Kathy, you could do anything. If you have art foamies, I mean, I think the whole thing is, I mean, I could have done it on this one, is if you have stencils that you can ink on, you know, like do a stencil background. Dee Dee did tons of different ideas for backgrounds this morning. But yeah, if I wanted to make this sky darker or more patterned or whatever, I could use a stencil. I could get out a little makeup brush. Add some color here and there. So yeah, just the whole idea is use your stuff. And the thing is, we buy Halloween stuff and then we house it all year. And we never use it. We never get to use it. So it's like, use your stuff when you can, you know, and this is a kind of a impetus to get that Halloween stuff out, get that fall stuff out, because you're going to go the next 11 months and never use it. Yeah. Well, I was saying, hi, Dana. That, I mean, you can carve it, you can use fun foam. I even said to Dee Dee when we were talking about it, hell, remember when you used to carve potatoes? Like, yeah, if you want to carve a potato and use it, get on it. It just has to have a stamped image. That's it. Doesn't have to be real elaborate like this or whatever else you want. It's all good. I don't really have time to start anything else. I was kind of excited to learn that you can still get Rubber Stamp Madness. I think I'm gonna sign up for a year subscription again, just to see what people are doing out there, what kind of ads there are, to see if people are still doing swaps in the one ads and stuff. So yeah. So this one definitely will probably be in the swap, and I might make some more of those, but I have a different idea for mine. I think I already have an idea that I'm excited about. I think it won't be too hard, but I'll get to use a few of my stamps, you know. So what's that magazine again? Okay, and it's called Rubber Stamp Madness. I'm going to walk around and get it because I've piled stuff on top of it, and I don't want a craft-a-lanch. I slid it off to the other end of the table. It's called Rubber Stamp Madness. And if for those of you, yeah, I will. For those of you that came in late, I showed these at the beginning to kind of give you an idea of how you can use stamps to create something like this. This is real simple. This is just one stamp. I don't think I picked one that has any of my stuff in it, Dee Dee. But the cool thing about Rubber Stamp Madness, like I was saying at the beginning, if this is a repeat, I'm sorry. But in the back, they had all these want ads. Look at, I opened up to Nick Bantock contest. Using stamps from the Nick Bantock Isle of Pellicos series and any other stamps you like to support your artwork, design a card, a collage, a 3D piece, an envelope, or anything that makes you happy. Use any technique. Please include your name, address, daytime phone, email address, along with stamp credits for other than the Nick Bantock designs. All submissions become property of limited edition rubber stamps and may be published. So that was an invitation for publishing in some of their publications. So I love these one ads so bad. Here was another one, a coloring contest, $250 gift certificate. But you could get in here and you could see, you know, like images of stamps that you could order from the different companies. It was actually more I think a method of advertising. Well, of course, all publications are that to some extent, than real content. Because if you were a stamp person, you probably knew most of the techniques, you knew most of the companies, you knew most of the stuff. So yeah. And then they would have themes like This is Wild as the Wind. And this person actually gave you step-by-step instructions of how they would created this piece of art, kind of like we do on Stream Live now. I'm gonna, Dee Dee, I had already decided that when I resubscribe, I am so going to submit again and reconnect with all my old friends. But now looking back, it's just like, oh, I wish I'd bought that stamp. I wish I'd bought that stamp. I wish it, you know, like you're not going to buy any more stamps, you dope. Okay, here's a great Halloween one again. Oh, I will, Dee Dee. And I don't know how much submissions they get. And since these aren't, I haven't seen them out on newsstands anywhere, it's got to be just people who are stampers from long ago, because I'm not sure that it's a thing anymore. This is probably my favorite one. Knock, knock, a Halloween gallery at your door. So, yep. And she used how many stamps? 1, 2. I don't know if that's one stamp or different ones. She used probably 12 stamps in that little piece of art. I see it once in a blue moon at Barnes & Noble. Okay. So, yeah. But you can just do rubber stamp madness. Just Google that and it will come up. And you can subscribe again. So, but this is what we want you guys to do. Now do it. Go do it today. But I hope it does inspire you. I mean, that's the whole thing here, you know, is inspire you guys to get involved with each other, see each other's art, get something fun, just be in the community. That's pretty much what the whole thing is about, you know. There you go. So I'm going to end a little early, it looks like, unless you guys have questions or want me to show you something else. No blue. Don't you love autocorrection? All right, you guys. So I hope this inspired you to play along with us, and we'll talk about it more. But you've got the idea now and the announcement, so you've got until October 19th to get it to me. So don't put it off till the last week, okay, please? Could you not do that? Do it today. I'm going to color him when we're done. Okay, Dee Dee posted on our community tab. So if you have any questions, and of course you can always ask Dee Dee or I at one of our chats, you know. I think we're always eager to answer questions and help any way we can. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm leaving early, which means I'll get to eat early. And I'm really happy. And go think up great ideas to swap with each other. Okay, please? All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Go out in the world, or if you have to, go out in the world and try and be kind. It's tough, but do your best. All right, you guys. Love you. See you. Bye.